Appreciate you checking us out. My name's Steve Devon, coming to you from beautiful, right now, rainy North Carolina. So what I thought, the question tonight is, are you having difficulty getting to where you want to get? Do you have maybe dreams that you're not achieving that you think you should? Well, there's somebody who's holding you back, and just to cut to the chase, the person is you. So most likely, so here, let me tell you, this has been on my mind a lot lately, and that's kind of ironic. You'll see why in a minute. So about probably for the last 20-25 years, I have understood and believed the importance of your thoughts. How what you think about controls, or what you think about has a lot to do with your situation. So in a way, I guess you can say that thoughts are things. I heard somebody say it one time, and it really resonated with me and it really helped me to understand that the way I think about something really plays a large role in how the impact that it has on my life. You know, a good example is the times when when something bad has happened in my job. You know, I've had a couple of circumstances where stuff happened that really I thought was going to just decimate me. And so, but I decided to, instead of looking at it as a way, something that hurt me, to look at it as a new opportunity. And it really had a big impact. So the way you think about things, I believe, really influences your life and your situations. So, but here's what I have learned, is that because of that, the importance of controlling your thoughts. And to me, that has been a real struggle. I'll just lay it out there. Despite my best efforts to look at things in a positive manner, often I automatically revert to thinking of the worst possible thing, thinking negatively instead of positively. So, but here's one thing that I have learned in the last several weeks, last month or so, through a myriad or a host of different things, podcasts that I'm listening to. You know how things kind of all come together at once sometimes when you really need to learn something. Podcasts I've listened to, videos I've watched, even in like some TV shows or movies and things like that, things seem to pop up that really have got this point to me. And the thing is that my issue, and maybe yours too, has been overthinking. Okay, and so I am, as I've said before, I often have the what is it, the paralysis of analysis. But here's a couple of things that I want, I am thinking about, and maybe I'll share them with you. Maybe they'll help you as well. One is that when we're thinking, when I am thinking about things, I often think about things that happened in the past, and things that might happen in the future. Okay? So, and when, almost always, when I'm thinking about things in the past, I am thinking about, I think about something, and then I overlay on that how I wish it would have happened instead of how it happened, right? And so, like, I wish I would have done this. Or even sometimes it's a matter of I hear about something that happened, and I say to myself, if I would have been in that situation, I would have done this. And so it's really, and I've come to realize how silly that is, thinking about things that happened to me in the past and what I wish I would have done or what I wish would have happened, because they've already happened. Right? So I can't go back in time and change them. Now I can, I think it is helpful to kind of think about, okay, if something like that happens again, I will be ready for it and maybe I'll do this. But just fixating on that and wanting to change it is a waste of time. Okay? So the second thing is, in the future, I often think, what if this happens? What if that happens? What if, and ultimately, like I say, a lot of times it's negative things. Say, oh my gosh, I hope that this doesn't happen, or I hope that that doesn't happen, you know, and so, but here's what I've discovered. Almost none of the bad stuff ever happens. So thinking about it, worrying about it is useless. So, in the same way, there's no reason for me to spend that much time on something that is not going to happen. So, what I have decided to do is to, well, let me tell you two suggestions I have that I'm trying to do that might help you too. Number one, realize when you're thinking about something that happened in the past that you can't change it, and realize that when you're worried and concerned about stuff that's going to happen in the future, those things will probably not happen. Now, some of that thinking is fine, but too much is not good. Don't fixate on it, okay? So realize when that's happening. That's the first thing. Realize when that is happening. That way you can say, oh, okay, here's that. I remember that, but that happened and it's not going to change. And oh, I'm thinking about this thing in the future. Maybe it'll happen, but most likely it won't if it's something bad, and maybe it'll even be good. Okay, so that's the second thing. The first thing, number one, is realize when you are doing that. The second thing is to spend some time trying to be sure you are living in the present moment. So instead of thinking about things, and I'm telling you, even on some things, when I'm experiencing something, often my mind goes back to when I experienced something similar. When I go to a baseball game, I said, oh, I remember going to this other baseball game, blah, blah, blah. Well, don't think about that. Enjoy the time that you're having then, right then. So just when you're somewhere, enjoy the moment. Grasp it, experience it, enjoy it. And so those are the two things that I think hope will help you. I think they're helping me. Is one, realize when you're fixating on the past or the future, and the second is to be sure you live in the present. So I hope that was helpful tonight. If and I've been thinking about this some, and I actually have come up with 3 ways to control your thoughts that will help you to live in the present. If you'll just reach out to me, I'll be glad to share those with you, and I hope they will be as helpful to you as they have been to me. That's it for tonight, and thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.